Hello guys, this is episode 117. How's it going? Oh my god, look at it. How many people are in here already? Woo! Man, I didn't, oh I'm so sorry guys. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Hi everyone, how's it going? This is Art by Sabrina, Ricky Cole. How was, oh yeah, because I saw you're back home now, Sabrina. Blind Neil, what's up? How are you, brother? I'm just going, I'm behind now to see. Hi Ricky, thank you so much. It went well. Oompa Loompa on my belly. Let's see. Hi Blind Neil, how did your stream go, Ricky? I saw it. Oh, you were on already. Okay. Doing good up here, Blind Neil says. Art by Sabrina. I could use some of those donuts, Blind Neil. Art by, I still have to work on the sound. Oh, okay. So you must have done a stream on your own, huh, Ricky? Yeah, it's very pleasant, but road to recovery begins, so now hopefully it'll be fast. Darn. Okay, besides, I guess. Yeah, no, wow. Yeah, I'm glad you're home now, Sabrina. Yep. Justin Winnings, how are you? How you doing? Morning, everyone. He's saying, hey, budget. How are you, man? What's going on? Art by Sabrina saying hello to Justin and budget. Oh, Max, you're here too. What's up, brother? You're at work, but you're listening. Yeah. And Max, you've been crushing it with all your live streams. Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up, guys, and yeah, the like button. Thank you, appreciate it. Not sure Rich Jojo, how's it going? Good morning, Frank, and everyone on. Yes, hello, Ali Aries, how are you? Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna have Ricky Cole come in a few minutes. Yeah, it was a test stream, but I can't get the music to work. Okay, maybe we can try to figure something out. So guys, today it's gonna be a little bit different. Ricky Cole is gonna come on with me in a few minutes. Joel, and hello from Niagara Falls, Canada. Wow, what's up, Joel? How are you? We're gonna have sort of I don't know, what would you call it, Ricky Cole? A tutorial or a seminar? We're gonna talk about photography and then like get into some of like the details of photography. Mr. Ricky Cole was kind enough to put together some slides, and yeah, we're gonna bring it up. Oh my God, Evil Bitch, how are you? Welcome. Virtual hug. How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. Yes. Hey, everybody. Joel, and I'm doing fantastic. Early morning rise. This is episode 117. We have 10 people watching, and yeah, it's all going to be all about photography. You know, we're going to get into some details, so you guys are going to learn some stuff. You know, I normally we're like showcasing like photos and talking about cameras, but today we're gonna have Ricky Cole come on and say good. Evil Veg is saying hello to Joel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, so where are you from, Joel? Hey, Remy Moore. Hey, Frank. How everyone? Thanks for the post. Okay, Kimberly Creates. Are you here? Welcome to our class, with Dr. Artemorbid and Dr. Ricky. Yes. Max, hey, you still, yeah, I don't know if I think he's like listening in the background, he said, Evil Bitch. Yeah. Remy, how are you, man? How's your day going? This Friday is the first day that I do not have a video. Oh. Yeah. Well, it's okay. So, Art by Sabrina, take your time. You know, you got to recover. Always manage to get my weekly videos out. I know. Maybe you can do like a quick vlog and just kind of tell people what's going on. But we're recovering, so I think it'll be okay. Let's see. Butcher did some laundry this morning, sniffing my sexy legs. That's awesome. Thinking Art Entertainment, what's up, man? Wesley's here, guys. Say what's up to Thinking Art Entertainment. How are you, man? What's going on? Yeah, bright and early today. We have 12 people in the house. If you guys can do a thumbs up, if you guys can share, tweet this out, and yeah, maybe in about 10 minutes we'll bring Ricky in. I'm just, want to wait just to say hi, see how everybody's doing before we get started. Evil bitch is laughing at you. Artzilla Aisha, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's see. Remember says, just got up for a few minutes, saw you were live, and thought we'll hang out for a few before heading back to bed. Yeah, I hear you, man. What time is it by you, Remy? Is it early or? Artzilla is sending laughing and hug emojis. Yes. How's it going, Artzilla? What have you been up to? Evil bitch says, looking forward to seeing you on the show, Ricky Cole. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to bring him in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about photography. Yeah, he put together some slides, and yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go deep. We're going to go deep into photography. What's up, DJ Talks? How you doing, brother? I'll just pop in real quick. Got to promote you all now. How it too is what? Artzilla saying, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Ricky Koyevovich, it is good to see you and everyone. Justin, yes, what's up, Mr. Propness? Yeah, DJ Talks, welcome back. Oh, what's going on, DJ Talks? What's new with you, man? Let us know. Always glad I can stop by. Nah, it's 9. Oh, here. Oh, you're up late as usual. I know, right? Oh, their shift. Gotcha. I'm doing well, Frank. I'll work on a new art video today. Okay. I posted a new video a few days ago. Today I'll work on a new one. What is your new one gonna be about? Let me know. Let us know. We got 15 in the house, man, and then we're gonna bring Ricky in just a few minutes. Yeah, and then we'll get the slideshow going. So, how many of you guys are photographers? Let's see. Let's get some comments going here, and we'll get started with the photography thing. Good songs, by the way. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the new Yoshio Tokuku reaction video. I got plenty more that I'm gonna do, but yeah, definitely we're gonna focus on photography. I might create a 3D text design. Ooh, that's awesome. That sounds good. Can you do that on Photoshop or no? Is that a Photoshop? Not much. Working on videos and always learning. Cool. What kind of videos are you looking to do, DJ? I'm not, but I have done a bit of photography in the past. Gotcha. Remy Moore says, I am but amateur. Yes. Okay, well, good. I mean, so today's show, like I said, it's going to be a bit different, and we're gonna get into it in a few minutes. And we got about 16 people. If you 16 guys can, oh, Joe N, you're a concert photographer there. Oh, so this will be right up your alley then. Let's see. Yes, on Photoshop. Got you, Artzilla, and you do fantastic work. I love your stuff. You do amazing stuff. And didn't you, with Wannabeer, didn't Wannabeer use one of your art thing? Was it a commission? I think. Yeah. What kind of concerts have you photographed, Joe? Like what bands, or is it just local or what? Thank you. Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Artzilla, for doing that. She dropped a like and share the stream. That's amazing. Yes. Okay, let me. Ricky, are you ready? No, we got a good amount of folks in here. We can get started. You're in the right. Yeah. So, like I said, guys, it's gonna be different. Hey, Jojo, what's up? Jojo is here. How are you? How are things? How are things? So you're enjoying? Like, we're getting some super amazing weather right now. Let's see. Yeah, it was a art commission for Wannabe. Yeah, I saw that. He's showing it. iPad autocorrect. Oh, no problem. Kimberly Creates is here. Wow. Okay, now we're really going. Ricky, are you ready? Let me know. I'm gonna come get you. No sound on your end. Are you sure? Oh. I don't know. I think everybody. That stream was great stream. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Cool. Okay, hold on. So Kimberly saying she's got no sound. Can you guys hear the stream okay? Okay, no problem. Hey, Ricky and Kimberly. Yes, Remy says, hey, Jojo, I'm okay. Allergies are bothering me. Okay. All right, man. Let's go get Mr. Ricky Cole. All right. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Here we go. 1 second. Let me go get. You guys can talk amongst yourselves as I go get Mr. Ricky Cole. So I use Canon, Sony, Ricoh, Panasonic. I got way too many cameras. I also do concert photography. All right, here we go. I'm sending you. And we'll bring Mr. Ricky Cole in here. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna bring in my guest, and we're gonna get started with the presentation. It's all about photography. All right, there you are, brother. Let me close this down. All right, Shell S. I made it. Always made. Oh, what's up, Shell S? How are you? Kiss. Oh my. Wow, Judas Priest. Damn. Wow, Joanne. That is amazing. Wow. Nikon. All right. Kimberly Creates is saying hello to Aisha. Yes. All right, guys. So we're about to bring in Mr. Ricky Cole. We're gonna get started with the photography chat. So now there'll be some interesting things here. There we go. All right. You guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for sharing and giving the thumbs up. If you haven't given the show a thumbs up, yeah. Kimberly Creates is saying what's up to Ivovich. All right, here we go. Are you here? Oh, okay, you're joining. Okay, no problem. All good. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, look at that background, bro.
That's my photography studio.
That's your photography studio, yeah. Bro, man, that's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Man, you see we got that little that mirror with the
back, we got all the lights, as you can see, all the setups for everyone.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
on the other side, we have the makeup artists and the booth. Wow. So welcome to the first class of Artemorbid and Ricky.
I know, man. I know you put a lot of work into man. I was just like going over that, and I was just like, wow. So Joel, I guess, Joel N is a concert photographer. He's been doing since the '90s, and then took a 10-year break. And now he runs his own music site. But wow, some of the bands he was mentioning. Let me go back here. He mentioned some bands. I was like, what? So like Kiss, Styx, Foreigner, Sammy Hagar, Judas Priest, Deep Purple. Wow, man, that's huge. I know.
Some of the legends.
That is amazing. You know. Wow. So how have you been, Ricky? How are things by you, man?
Lockdown's it's okay, but it's still annoying.
It is annoying. It is. God. And
yeah, we've been sitting on 125 to 126 days of lockdown.
Jesus. I don't know how long. I mean, man, I don't know. We've been at it since March, you know.
Yeah, same.
When we're kind of like doing pretty good, like here, and things are like looking up, and then now all of a sudden it's just like, no, you gotta shut down again, sort of. Well, I don't know. It's weird, man. Which kind of puts a damper on that. We had a show coming up in August. I mean, we still do. We're gonna travel to Wisconsin, but now I guess Wisconsin has been added to one of the states that if you go there and you visit, you have to come back and quarantine yourself. So I don't know if we're gonna do that now.
Ooh, ouch.
I know. It would have been our first time out, you know. I mean, I think we're still gonna do it because the stipulation is 24-hour period. And we're not going to be there 24 hours. We're going to be there for at most 8 hours, you know. So I know there's something we have to figure out, you know. Johnny Avanti's in the house. Kimberly Creates, Mike did most of the work, Evovich and all of the computer science. So I think they're having their own conversation.
So they're having their own little chat there.
Yeah, there's a whole thing happening over there, you know. And Johnny,
kids, students, no talking in class. You need to focus. Don't make me wear the glasses.
Yeah, Oh, you get your glasses too. Oh,
Don't make me wear the teacher glasses.
Oh my God, man. So the slides and everything. Where exactly do you want to start? Do you want to start with composition first, or what do you want to do first?
Well, let's see. We can actually start with the three basics. Photography is all about lighting, composition, and two-dimensional thinking. Now, I've said to people before, two-dimensional thinking is your background. Your composition could be this juice. So we can start on that. And if they've got questions, then just shoot.
Okay.
And let's see if we can actually help them.
So let me see which let me look at one of the one that was, I believe it was composition.
Yeah.
Was the one that we were looking at. So let me get that real quick. I don't know how big it's gonna look on the screen. It should be decent size, you know. So here we go. There's composition. Let me move us out of the way here. You put that.
You're the star.
And this is your photograph of this. Okay, so we have the three basics: lighting, composition, and two-dimensional thinking in the background.
Yeah.
And here, so what is framing composition in photography? The role of any rule of composition is to draw the eye into a photograph. Framing refers to using elements of a scene to create a frame within your frame. For example, you might shoot through a doorway, pull back curtains, branches, fences, tunnels, or arches to highlight your subject. Simplicity often means taking photos with uncomplicated backgrounds that don't distract from the main subject. You can also create simple composition by zooming in on a part of the subject and focusing on a particular detail. I've also used the rule of thirds and leading lines in composition. You want to expound on it?
Okay, let me explain to them what I mean by that. Now, when you're going to go shoot a photograph, you know, when you look at your background or the scenery.
Yes.
It all comes down to is find the focal point, because everything flows as a triangle. it basically flows into a triangle. That basically gives you the ideas that less is more. Find bends, like we did a while back. Those photos I gave you on the stream with the lighthouse and that. That's what you do. So find the point that you're looking for. Focus on that. That's your composition. Let the background flow within the photograph. Remember, less is always more.
And how did you start to like gain your knowledge? Did you go to school for any of this, or did you just kind of find it on your own?
No, this was all what I learned in high school and college.
Right.
So it's basically, I studied. Okay, I've been shooting for about since 2005, so it's a good couple of years. But I studied 5 years onwards prior, before I started shooting. So I had to learn all this. So basically is what we're going to show you guys. This is what my lecturer and my professor gave me.
Yeah.
I just put it in my words.
Gotcha.
But it's all concept. It's exactly the basics.
And as far as concerning the lighting, what can you give us about lighting? Like, what is your? I know, for example, like here, well, obviously I'm not really using that much lighting. I mean, I got one off the side here, and I got one in the corner, but I turned it off because it was harsh. So if I turn it on, see how harsh it is, and then it's showing the couch. So I turned it off. You know, I'm like, but in thinking, like, see, like, so in my composition it's kind of reversed, because I should have reversed it where this background, the light's coming in from, let's see, from back here, or no, from back here.
Yeah.
So the light should be hitting me in the face, kind of like here, which is really, it is and it's not, you know. So can you tell us about like 3-point lighting?
Okay.
The use of that.
Well, let's start with the first part of lighting. Natural lighting. The great sun outside. Now that lighting can work. It can work wonders, but it can also be a real pain in the ass. So you got two types of lighting. You got natural lighting.
Yeah.
And then you got controlled lighting. Yes. Natural lighting is your sunlight. Your best time to shoot outdoors is the 2 golden hours, dusk and dawn. That is when the angle of the sun is on a 30-degree field.
Yes.
That gives you beautiful natural light. Another one is take photos when it's an overcast. When it's miserable, overcast, do that. That is soft light. That is free light. So those are the times you should take photographs outside. Your controlled lighting is known as your studio lights, like Arben was said,
right?
Where you actually bounce light towards you. You light up the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got to be very careful to overexpose and try not to underexpose. Underexposed means your images are darker. Overexposed, you put in way too much light onto your camera setting. So, but with like I said, with controlled lighting, you control it. You control how much light you want that subject to be. Just don't go overexposed, because that's one big rookie mistake. That's a noob mistake.
Right. Just real quickly, I want to say hello to Creator Spotlight. They just joined us. Kay from
welcome.
Viking, yes. Jenna's Journey's Grace is here with us. Johnny Avante, I think I mentioned that, and then all our wonderful people here that are keeping the chat going. I appreciate you guys. We're going to be talking about the photography, so it's not like we're ignoring you guys on the chat. Art by Sabrina, I guess she just got back from the hospital, so she's recovering at home. So we're gonna we'll talk to the chat here and there, but mostly we're gonna be discussing photography stuff. So, Happy Trails Hiking does a lot of outdoor photography. Have you? What do you got? Any tips on as far as like outdoor? I mean, I know you're saying the sun and overcast and all that, but have you ever used flash outdoors? Is that helpful in an outdoor situation, even when the sun is out?
You see, using the flash, if you're going to do, okay, if you're going to shoot wildlife and outdoors, if you're going to shoot plants and all different subjects, okay, except the animals and birds and whatever. But if you're going to shoot plants, it is good to use a speed light. You can use it. You just got to put your settings correct. That's the only tip I can give you. And that tip has been given to me by a lot of professional wildlife photographers. They just say you just got to dial it. You just got to tweak it. You literally have to just snap and shoot. Test until you see what's working, and constantly shoot. Once you got that sweet spot, stick to your settings, and you're good for the rest of the day.
And what is your go-to camera? Like the one that you use? You're a Canon guy, right?
Yeah, I'm a Canon guy. Sorry for all you Nikon guys out there. I'm sorry, but I'm a Canon boy.
Right. And full frame or APS-C?
Full frame.
Okay. Yeah. So see, if you guys full frame cameras are a little bit more expensive, but they give you the most light, because you got that bigger sensor and you can take in that much more light, and I think that is a very fundamental thing in getting some awesome photos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to knock APS-C, but full frame is definitely a way to go if you can afford it. Because I know that, man, for most full frame cameras,
it's expensive.
Like 1,000, 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's pretty brutal. All right, so I think we're in composition, leading lines. So like, if you're out there, you know what I mean, like you have bridges, trees, different things that create a leading line into your subject or out of your subject, and that's not necessarily used in portraiture, right? Or is portrait also a composition? I think it's more or less for like,
that's composition, yeah.
Yep. Obviously you have like, so the example you have here, this model that you're showing in this photograph, this was, you have a white background, right? Can you tell us?
That's correct.
Can you tell us, like, can you deconstruct this photo and what exactly is happening here?
Okay. Basically, if you guys are going to shoot studio work, that's basically what this is. Now, your background, remember I told you about two-dimensional thinking? First of all, your background is it's a backdrop. It could be white, black, or gray. Now, what you do with your backdrop is you put your subject in the center. Okay. Now you will see on the screen, if you just draw imaginary lines, you've got your rules of third, your grids. Your subject must be in the center. It's got to fill the frame. In return, with your subject needs to actually position yourself correctly where you get shapes. Her arm, where her arms bend, is a triangle.
Yes.
Her legs is a triangle.
I see that, yeah.
It all flows to them. That's the best way to do it. Never stand like this. This is boring. This is literally boring. Do something like that, or look there. With one pose, okay, as your subject, you can take about 15 shots with your model by doing different poses. But as long as you focus onto her, make sure everything around you is clear, and your focal point is your model. And that's how you got it.
So Johnny Avanti's sharing something here. Says the first rule of composition is the lead of the shot, then the horizon.
That's it.
And then Happy Trails Hiking is saying having lots of angles is good, So that's exactly what you were talking about. Those triangles, like you see the triangle in her arm, her leg, and then her arms. Is she looking directly? Yeah, she's looking directly at the lens too.
Actually, no. She's actually looking off center.
Oh right, yeah, I see that.
So basically, let's picture if you're the photographer and you took that shot. Your model is actually looking over your shoulder, not directly at the camera. She's looking off center over your shoulder. That's the shots you got to do. Always tell them to look where my hand is, shoot, and then you shoot. Never look straight at you. That's not a mug shot, basically.
Right. So Johnny's now saying whenever you shoot a portrait, you basically shoot to print. If you don't shoot to print, you won't be able to print for them. So is that something you practice? Like you kind of imagine that, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some print,
Yeah.
And then Andy's here from ATH Travels. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, he says he loves nature's also nature photos like is key. I'm not sure what you're gonna have to explain that to us. Johnny says whatever format you are using, always shoot wider and never fill the frame. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, because you're gonna like when you print it, I guess you cut off some of that. Is that maybe why that's right?
There's two ways to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you shoot in a wider angle, yes, you are wasting space. You are wasting valuable space. But then that means you have to crop your image on Photoshop. That's time consuming. So I understand what he's saying. Rather take your camera, fill the space where your subject is, so you don't have waste space in studio work. Always fill it, and then you basically bring your subject out. That's basically what I'm trying to get to you guys.
Yeah. So Jeremy's Grace says, I often take photos of live bands when I see them, but I use my iPhone, and I've got some fantastic snaps. That's awesome. And Miss Cass is just joining us. He said, free South Africa, you son of a...
You son of a... Oh, well, welcome.
Oh, man. Here we go. Jojo, I'm sorry if it, like, the talk might not be, like, it's for nerds, photography nerds, and we are. All right, let's move on to the next thing here. Let's go into. Let me see.
Miss Cass, I can feel your space, Ricky. What are you on about?
What?
Miss Cass,
I see that.
I can feel your space.
That's kind of dirty, man. I don't know about that. That sounds dirty to me.
No,
we're not gonna do that. It's.
Well, I'm gonna put you in detention.
Yeah, that's. I knew it was gonna get dirty. As soon as I see him come in, he's like, "Yeah, it's about to get dirty."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God. So we have here getting the right shot. So what is angle in photography? The camera angle marks the specific location at which the movie camera or video camera is placed to take the shot. A scene may be shot from several camera angles simultaneously. This will be different experience and sometimes emotion. This will give a different experience and sometimes emotions. The typical shot measurements unit is the milliframe. I never heard that term before.
Milliframe?
Yeah, milliframe. Wow. What are the different angles in photography? Today we are taking a look at a number of these typical cinematic camera shots and angles to learn how they could be incorporated in still photography. So we have medium shot, the close-up, long shot, the Dutch angle, the low angle, the high angle, the extreme close-up, and over the shoulder. That's a lot of information right there.
It is.
Wow. So now we're getting into like filming too. So it's not, and then so you say mill frame is, what is that exactly? I never heard that term before.
Okay, I'm just waiting. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay. Yeah.
Oh no, no problem, no problem.
That's all right. Okay, what did you explain to? What, medium shot or?
So we have the bottom part is showing us all the angles. But what I'm asking about is what exactly is the mill frame?
See, mill frame, I'm actually trying to think now, because I did this part I did a while back. I'm trying to remember what the mill frame was, because all I can tell you is this part of photography was based on videography side. So you know the film side of. Basically, yeah, the film side of videography. That's this. So I'm not, to be honest, I can't remember what the middle frame was, but I can tell you what the close-ups, the long shots.
Yeah, let's do that. What are those? Like, maybe take it one by one. You know, what exactly is like medium shot, close-up, long shot, Dutch angle, low angle, high angle, extreme close-up, and over the shoulder. I never heard of over the shoulder. Is that when people are talking? Is that the over the shoulder? Like you show kind of the side of the person?
And basically it should be. Over the shoulder, I'm trying to think now. Let me get the camera out here.
Yeah, do your thing.
Because it actually helps when I hold something to explain it. Where are you? Okay. Over the shoulder, if I remember correctly what they taught us, you've got your gimbal, so your housing of your camera, that is over the shoulder.
Oh, like the actual taking the photograph.
That's over the shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, like I never knew that. I'm learning a whole, wow. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Okay, we know what close-up is. That's your macro shots.
Yeah.
Also, when you film, that's getting close to the subject, especially videography side film.
Ilovich is saying hello to Miss Cass. Kimberly Create is sharing your Instagram page. Miss Cass is, of course, being all dirty.
As always.
Ilovich is saying sorry, I was away for a bit. Art by Sabrina is talking about her situation. Johnny Vant is saying if you're doing headshots, you basically want to print 8x10s for the subject, so you need to know the crop values for a film and sensor you're using. What else? Life Adventures and Ketos here. Michelle, welcome to the stream. This is all about photography right now. Justin Whitting is saying, do it, Ricky. Jojo's laughing. So I definitely missed a lot. So I'm just sorry. I'm just catching up.
That's cool. And Kimberly asks, does she have the right Instagram? Yeah, she's got my right one.
Long shot. What exactly is a long shot?
Long shots. If I remember correctly, long shots you are looking at. You've got that, okay, your distance. So basically, let's take it a football field. Okay, you got your subject quite in the distance. A long shot with photography, is you have to zoom. So you basically got to bring that person into frame. You see, this all works with photography, but it's slightly different when you do film. If that makes sense.
Yes. I'm asking Miss Cass what his go-to camera is. I think he's a Canon guy too.
I thought he was a Nikon.
Any tips on panoramic photos? Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, panoramics.
Yeah. What do you shoot vertical, or how would you do your panoramic?
Panoramic. You gotta shoot horizontal. You can't shoot vertical.
Like this, right? You gotta take it and pan across, right?
So panoramic. Take a shot, wide angle lens. That's the must. Take your shot. Take your next shot. Take your next shot. take those images, go to your program, your CS, and you have to crop them, basically snap them, put them together, sew them together, and that gives you a whole panoramic. But you've got to be very careful when you do that.
And how?
It's a lot of cloning.
What is okay? So your tips for like, I'll give you my tips for panorama. Like, when you're moving across from left to right, you want to give at least 25%. So let's say you have like a light pole on the left hand side, right? You kind of use that as your guiding light. So then when you take your second shot, you want to have 25% of that on the one end, and then as you're moving along, you're going to keep doing that 25% overlap. So that way, when you put it in the stitching program, you will be, you know what I mean? It'll work a lot better than if you didn't. Because if you're just doing it like this and like this, like that, you're not overlapping. The program's not going to be able to.
Yeah, you need a little bit of overlap.
So Miss Cass is shooting with a Canon 1DX Mark II.
Ah, thank goodness.
Wow. Let's see. Johnny says he's got some tips here. First thing for panels is a heavy tripod. Yes, I forgot to say that, to compensate for wind. If you don't have a heavy tripod, weigh what you have. You have to weigh what you have down. If the shots are soft, you might not be able to stitch. That's very true.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep going. Let's bring in the next page here. Let me see what we have. Okay, let's get into. Wow, this one's huge. Yeah, shutter speed. All right, let's remove this one, and yeah, so there's a lot to read here, guys. So we're gonna get into shutter speed here. So, shutter speed, the camera's shutter speed, the lens aperture, also called f-stop, the film speed, aka ISO, and the scene's luminance together determine the amount of light that reaches the film or sensor. The exposure value, EV, is a quantity that accounts for the shutter speed and the f number. Once the sensitivity to light of the recording surface, either film or sensor, is set in numbers expressed in ISOs. Example, 200 ISO, 400 ISO. The light emitted by the scene photograph can be controlled through aperture and shutter speed to match the film or sensor sensitivity to light. This will achieve a good exposure when all the details of the scene are legibly in the photograph. Too much light let into the camera results in an overpale image or overexposure, while too little will result in overly dark image or underexposure. Multiple combinations of shutter speed and f numbers can give you the same exposure value. According to exposure value formula, dubbing the exposure time doubles the amount of light, subtract 1 EV, reducing the aperture size in multiples of 1 over the square root of 2 lets half as much light into the camera. Usually predefined in the scale, and then I'm not going to go into the full scale there.
Yeah, you don't have to go into the measurements.
Yeah, for example, f8 lets 4 times of light into the camera as f16 does. Oh, that's good info there. Shutter speed 1/150 of what a f4 aperture gives you same exposure as 1/100 shutter speed with the f2.8 aperture. Also the same exposure value, 1/200 shutter speed, and f2 value at 1. See, like that's, I think for a lot of people, they're going to be like, what the hell?
What did you guys just say?
Oh, man. And I know because it's like when I first, like, my understanding of it, like the first time was like very complicated. I'm like, I have no idea what any of this is, like, oh my God. But basically, the iris of your lens, if it's wide open, right, that lets in the most light, and then when it's closed, that lets in the less light, So that would be like f22 would be like your opening is like very, very tiny, f22, but then when you go f like 2.8, as most cameras do, then you're wide open and you bring in that shot,
Another way to actually explain it, easy and also easy way. Picture turning a tap on. When you turn the tap on, basically slowly, you only got a little trickle. So picture that little trickle as F22. There's only a little bit of water coming out. Turn the tap full. That is F2.0. That's gushing water. So in a sense, Aperture works the same concept. Exactly what Frank was saying.
So this is ISO. Let's talk about ISO. So the lower the number of ISO, the cleaner your picture is going to look. So the higher you go in ISO, right, if you're bringing that up, the more grain you're going to get. No more noise that you're going to see. ATH Travis says, great explanation, Ricky. Kimberly says, yes, that's all Greek to me. So for low light, what do you recommend for low light? I'll give you my recommendations. For low light, in order to reduce the grain, you want to have a high speed lens. What is high speed? High speed lenses means that you have a lens that has no not focusing, but what am I trying to say? That it's a prime lens. It's a prime lens.
Correct, yeah.
So the prime lens gives you the ability to go lower in the f number. So you can open up wider, and then you can actually lower your ISO. Because if you're hiring your ISO in low light photography, you're gonna get a lot of grain. Some people like take photos in like low light. Their images look all grainy. Sometimes it makes it look muddy, And the higher you go with the ISO, the more mucky it gets, because then you get these like bands of like red dots, bands of blue dots. It's ridiculous. If you guys have ever taken like a low light photo with high ISO, that you know that it's pretty much garbage. Especially with concert photography, Miss Cass is saying that it's like a
butthole, Ricky. What? No, I am putting you in detention. Off you go. Off you go.
And then you say Miss Cass is saying long exposure. 80% of his pictures on Instagram are done with Pro mode on Galaxy 10. Everybody Sabrina says it can be very confusing when first starting out, but it does make sense with certain explanations. I found it super helpful that my husband helped me out with it and knows much about it. That's awesome. It's good to have a mentor, somebody that can lend you a hand. You know what I'm saying?
You see, the thing is with the ISO, my side, if I'm shooting bands, like you saw some of those other photographs, my ISO is at 800. So I shoot between 800 to 1,600. My shutter speed is 1 of 80 seconds.
Wow.
In return, 1 of 80 seconds. And then my aperture, I'm looking about, say, 7.2. You see, for that, basically, I want to get the lights in the shot, but I also want my subject to be in focus.
Right.
So I always put basically the ISO. Let's see if I can do it on this camera. Yeah, ISO is 400 to 800. The highest this ISO goes to on this camera is 6,400. I don't use, so I only play between 400 to 800.
And our boy Sabrina has a question. She says she really should try to make better photos of her art. She's asking you if you have any tips on photographing art pieces. That's kind of tough because that's like on paper. I don't know. What would you say to that? Like, how would you photograph like a piece of artwork? Would you put it on a tripod?
To do an artwork, okay. What you need to do, Sabrina, is quite easy. If you're gonna take an artwork, never do this. Don't shoot like that directly down, because your flash or your speed light It's going to ruin your image. You're going to lose it. The best thing to do is build yourself it sounds weird, a Shoebox Softbox studio. Now, let me go get something. I'll explain to you what I mean by a miniature shoebox softbox for your artwork. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay, cool. Go do your thing. So,
yeah.
Art by Sabrina is saying that she's done that. She doesn't pick up the color as well when she's scanning the photographs in. So he's here. Ricky's giving you an example here. Let me put him on the.
Okay, this is a shoebox softbox.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you can actually make one. Just all you do is you take a piece of paper where your background is, your softbox, place your artwork in the center of it, and then cut two holes here, put tissue paper, and then from there you'll be able to shoot. So you're not shooting directly down, you're shooting more of a bit of an angle. That should help you. But also try just your settings. Don't use, basically, if you can use a flash, rather use a speed light and bounce the light off. Don't directly shoot onto it. You will lose your image.
Kimberly's asking if you made that. I'm pretty
sure. Actually, I did. That was one of my videos that I was doing.
So you did a how-to video on how to make that?
No, this was a challenge video that I did. This is just the...
Really?
Yeah, it's do not drink the wrong mystery drink challenge.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, there you go, Art by Sabrina. I hope that... Man, I think that's a fantastic idea. And you could probably use that box for like doing like product, right? So if you have
products.
Yeah, you can use it for products or man, that's amazing.
You see, the best box to use, like I said, you can use the shoebox, but I recommend, those boxes that you get your print paper from. Those big boxes that has a lot of the paper. Use that box. And all you do, go to your local stationery shop, get a black piece of paper, an A3 size board, bend it, it's basically a backdrop. Make a backdrop, cut 2 holes in the side of your softbox, put tissue paper, get 2 lights, let the light shine through, and then shoot from in front. And that will light up the area and your image will look good.
There you go. That is, man, you know what? Ricky, thank you for explaining that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a pleasure.
That's going to be helpful to a lot of folks, actually. Even myself, I had no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I was just, wow, You
see, you don't have to buy all these expensive gear.
Right.
You can make it yourself.
So let's, where were we at with the slides? Let's see. So we did composition. We did getting the right shot, shutter speed. Yeah, shutter speed part 2. So let's talk about this real quick. Let me read this off. So in addition to its effects on exposure, the shutter speed changes the way the movement appears in the photographs. Very short shutter speed can be used to freeze fast-moving subjects. For example, a sporting event. Very long shutter speeds are used to intentionally blur the moving subject for an effect. Short shutter times are sometimes called fast, and long exposure times slow. Adjustments to the apertures need to be compensated by changes of the shutter speed to keep the same right exposure. In the early days of photography, available shutter speeds were not standardized, though. A typical sequence might have been 1/110, 25, 50th, 100, 200, 500. Neither were apertures or film sensitivity. At least 3 different national standards existed. Soon this problem resulted in a solution consisting of the adoption of the standardized way of choosing aperture, so that every major step exactly doubled in half the amount of the light entering to the camera. To f2.8, 4, 5, 6, 8, f11, and 16. The standardized 2.2.1 scale was adopted for shutter speed, so that opening one aperture stop and reducing the amount of time in the shutter speed by 1 step resulted in the identical exposure. The agreed standard for shutter speeds are, and let me get to the next one. Now let me put that on here. What are they? This is aperture. Here we go. So this is the scale. Let me get rid of this one. This is the scale here of shutter speed. So the image is taken at 1/120th, 1/125th, 750, and then 1 2. So there it is, guys. Look, I mean, it looks very. When you look at it like this, it makes it a lot easier to understand what it is. But most people are probably gonna be like, "What the hell?"
And then Will asked me a question. I completely did that.
Go ahead.
Question, Ricky. How would you shoot a wild oil and furry leg? Really?
I'll let you answer. Let me get some water. I'll let you answer that.
I don't know. I've never tried it. Miss Cass, why would you ask me that question? I don't do leg photography, okay? I wouldn't know.
Hairy leg photography.
Hairy leg. I don't float that boat, okay? That's not my scene.
Apparently he needs his legs photographed, you know. Apparently.
I don't know. Take your phone, do a selfie. I don't know.
Oh my God, that's horrible. Thank you, Miss Cass, for sharing that with us. You know, it's just so amazing the kind of stuff you come up with. You know,
the people want to know.
Yes.
I told you, I don't know. I don't know.
Huh. All right, let's move on with Aperture, and it's a very nice scale you have here, or imagery. The illustration, I think that explains it very well. So here we have a large f2.8, which is at the bottom, and you can see how the background is diffused, and a small f16, which you can see that a lot of the background comes back into the scene. Aperture mechanisms on Canon, 50mm f1.82 lens with 5 blades. Definition of aperture in the 1707 Glossographia Anglica Nova. Wow, those are some big words. In optics, an aperture is a hole or opening through which light travels. More specifically, the aperture and focal length of an optical system determines how the cone of angle of a bundle of rays that come to focus in the image plane. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Very well explained, though. That's exactly what that is, you know. So if you guys were wondering, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go.
Do you know that actually I do tutoring for photography?
Really?
Yeah, those notes that you've been showing on today.
Yeah.
I give those to students so they can study.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm a tutor. I'm a photography.
Wow.
A pro photographer is tutor. I tutor kids.
Bro, that's amazing. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's amazing, brother. Yeah, no wonder when you send them to me, I'm like, man, I'm like, he put a lot of work into this. This is crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like,
That's
I just, but it's awesome and it works, you know. So, guys, can you give a thumbs up to Ricky for? Can you guys
please
send
do.
some emoji, some like thumbs up emojis for Ricky right now in the chat? You guys can do that. I mean, come on, look at the work he put into this. This is awesome. And I mean, that diagram is beautifully expressed. You know, you created that diagram. Like, that is just wow. That's a
Yeah,
trip.
actually, yeah, I created it.
That is. I mean, without like having words or anything, if you show that to somebody, that really understands what Aperture is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the basics of it. You know, you just be like, here's a picture of Aperture. This is exactly what it is. You know. And everybody's sending you thumbs up, man. And they didn't know that
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
they didn't know that you were teaching kids the photography, which is amazing. You know,
Yeah, it's actually fun. It's enjoyable to teach kids and that.
especially now, you know, because like they're most kids have phones, so they automatically have a camera. If they have a phone, they have a camera. You know, so it's awesome for them to start off right from the start. You know what I mean?
You see, the difference is when I teach and tutor these kids, all these pages that we've been showing you guys, I literally go in depth at every page. So that takes about my lesson's about an hour, 2 hours long when I tutor these kids.
That's fantastic, brother. You know, wow. Everybody's like giving you comments. You know, this is a
Wow, I
picture.
feel so special.
Yeah.
Jeez. Actually, let me read these comments.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it, man.
Awesome job, Ricky. Thank you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we had no idea. Yes, picture's worth 1,000 words. Well done, Ricky. Thank you. Question, miscast
Oh
again.
no. Oh no.
All right, William. Question, Ricky. So you're saying that Aperture is truly like a well maintenance what? I'm not. Okay. I will give my fellow professor the honest to read that question. Explain. Would you like to take it?
Well, basically, miscast is referring to Aperture as a butthole. That's basically what he's saying. So thank you, miscast, for we were having a very studious, very amazing chat about photography, and then miscast has to go and turn it into a butthole. He's like, I know this is very smart and tutorial like, but butthole. You know, he just
Wow.
he went from this to that, like. But he at least he at least spelled it right. Sphincter muscle.
Yeah. Hey,
So
where's this here from?
where is
Thinking Art
yeah,
Entertainment.
Wesley's here, man. And talking about, man, like if you wanted to learn some stuff, man, I mean Wes, like he is the master, you know. Uh, Sabrina's she's got to go. Take care. Thank you. Just FYI, but this is great, Ricky. Helpful, and thank you for explaining this. Yes, that's amazing.
It's a pleasure, and thank you coming to our tutor lesson class.
Yeah, this is definitely awesome. Very very different, of course. You know. Um, Let me see. So we were at shutter speed part 2, aperture number 2. Let's see what aperture number 2 is. Let me remove that one.
Oh, the sun's killing my stereo.
Oh, it's
Behind me.
happening again. It's happening again.
No, it's fun. I've got the sheet. It's just the makeup artist is not going to be happy. Her roof is getting lit up.
In optics, an aperture is a hole or an opening. I say we got that one. An optical system typically has many openings or structures that limit the ray's bundles. The ray bundles are also known as pencils of light. These structures may be the edge of a lens or a mirror, or a ring or other fixture that holds an optical element in place. Or it may be a special element such as a diaphragm placed in the optical path to limit the light emitted by the system. In general, these structures are called stops. Citation needed. And and the aperture stop is the stop primarily determines the ray comb angle and brightness of an image point. In some contexts, especially in photograph and astronomy, aperture refers to the diameter of the aperture stop rather than the physical stop or opening itself. For example, in a telescope, aperture stop is typically the edges of the objective lens or mirror, or of the amount that it holds. One then speaks of telescopes as having, for example, a 100 centimeter aperture. Note that the aperture stop is not necessarily the smallest stop in the system. Magnification and demagnification by lenses and other elements can cause a relatively large stop to be the aperture stop for the system. In astrophotography, the aperture may be given as a linear measurement, for example, inches or millimeters, or as in dimensionless ratio between the measure of focal length. In other photography, it is usually given as a ratio. That is a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. That's a lot to actually explain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus. I don't even know where to...
what to ask.
I wish you had a picture for that, you know. But actually, the previous picture was pretty... explained it very well, but, you know...
Let me explain to you on this.
Yeah.
In few words.
Yes.
What we showed you guys about aperture, the f-stop falls in place with it. But this is literally going in depth about the f-stop and aperture settings. You see, your f-stop and your aperture work basically together with each other. So you gotta, when you do your aperture, you gotta dial your f-stop, like f1. Now f1 doesn't mean your aperture. F1 is your first stop. F16. So it all flows. That's the best way I can summarize anything for you.
And Miscast has a question. It says, Ricky, the human body has 3 sphincters that work like an aperture. One is used for the sewage system. What are the other 2?
Okay, I don't get to remember
man.
When did we fall from photography to biology?
I know, right? What's up with that?
I'm a doctor in photography. I'm not a medical doctor.
Right? It's not like the movie Centipede here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's where his mind is at. He's in the centipede mode. Oh boy. Let's see. What do we have here? So sometimes stops and diaphragms are called apertures, even when they are not the aperture or the stop of the system. The word aperture is also used in other contexts to indicate the system which blocks off lights outside of certain regions. In astronomy, for example, a photometric aperture around a star usually corresponds to the circular window around the image of the star within which the light intensity is assumed. See, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool. Wow. Speaking of movies, did you set one up? I'm not sure what Kimberly created. And then Creator Spotlight, it says digestive system. And Miska says hint. Yeah, you use them primarily to create photographs. Wow. Hey, Angel's here, the Chosen Dutch. What's up, brother?
Oh, welcome.
That's amazing. All right, let's keep going. Let's bring in. I think what we have left are the slides, right?
Yeah, those are just basic examples of studio work.
So this
on
is
page 2 in it.
This is a studio shot that you sent in. So this is yours, or is this the cover page?
No, it's basically it's the cover page and it's the examples. So, remember we talked about the composition in the beginning?
Yes.
These studio shots that you're about to show, that talks about composition. That's the different angles that you can actually shoot. And then if you are doing studio work, those shots actually work. Now that one, I shot that. I literally shot that at the studio. And this girl is only 16 years old.
And I like how you put that the silhouette in the background, which is it could, if you weren't if you were looking at it really quickly, it almost looks like a shadow, but it's actually her, but the longer shot with the long hair in the background. That's awesome. All right, let's bring in another one. Now we're actually looking at the photographs, guys. So this is a family photo shoot examples. This is like shooting families here. Let me remove that one and bring this one in. So here we got like a bunch of families actually. So you have, and then the different backgrounds and then the way they're framed and shown.
And positioned, yeah.
Yeah. So here we got one that you have a very good contrast. You have a family outside. It's sunlight. I'm looking at the very top one. There's a lake in the background, and they're wearing all white, and they got the blue jeans on. But I like how you centered them so that it's like a triangle. And then next to them, you got the one that's all in black. They're all wearing black, and then gray background. And then I also see the triangle yet again. That you did the triangle. The bottom one.
You see it all?
Go ahead.
Sorry. You see, it all comes down to is, like I said, with the composition. Now with the triangle, you got the background. It's all clear. It's all now. That's your aperture. That's basically, so you blur the background. You bring the foreground in focus, and then your eyes automatically channel to the center, and that's the placement of photographs. So if you guys are ever doing portrait shots, even at home, do the placement like that. Put your friends and family in line and let it flow. That's basically what those all are. Anyone can do that. You just gotta look at your background.
I just really quickly want to say to Resorian Buck, hello, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Kimberly saying, great pics, Ricky. And I like the one at the bottom here with the little boy, and then the father and the mother. But even that has a leading line. From like where his feet, his little feet, all, and then you follow it up to his face, then to the father, and then to the mom. I think that's beautiful.
You see, the nice one about that is also if you're going to take photos outside with friends and family, if you're going to take photos next to a tree, move the tree to the side of your frame. Don't go right in the middle. You don't want to have antlers. I've seen people take photos where branches come out of their heads, and it doesn't look good. You actually look like Rudolph. It doesn't work.
And I like the one at the very bottom where they got their hands on their chins, and you got the daughter doing the same thing the mother is here, and then the father's holding the baby. I think that's awesome. All right, let's keep going here.
Okay, Miss Cass asks, are these photos mine? Miss Cass, these photos now these ones, I've shot these ones, but not exactly this. Those are stock images of the textbook that we use, but it still comes down to that's basically what. So these are stock images. They're not exactly mine itself. The first one was. I thought I'd just clear it up with everyone.
Right. No, that's fine. And here we go. More outdoor composition style. We have a very happy couple here, and she's holding his arms. A very sunny day out, you know. Then the bottom one, black and white. And I like to see like when they're having that, they're hugging each other like that, you know. The black and white I think works really, really good because it's like they're in thought, or it's not necessarily a very happy moment, I guess, or maybe it is. Maybe it is a happy moment, but the black and white gives it that different mood, right? Because see, like the top one, they're smiling and it's like sunny and in color, and then even the bottom one, you know, like she's happy to see him. It's bright. The colors are sticking out. You know what I mean? I think that's awesome. The way color is used to express an emotion.
Did you know there's a little saying with color photographs and black and white?
What do they say?
Color photographs, when you shoot someone in color, you photograph in their clothes. When you photograph them in black and white, you took a photograph of their soul.
I have heard that before. But so the color...
You heard that one?
Well, not the fact of I about the soul part, but not about the color part, you know.
Yeah. So if you look at the first image, they're happy.
Yes.
It's just a nice photo. It's like, okay, cool. This is a nice photo. You look at the second one. The second one actually speaks to you because you've taken a photo of their soul. You can see that lady is actually.
Yes.
She's happy, she's content, she's safe.
Wow, I didn't know that, man. This is the first time. I mean, I heard about the soul, but as far as like the color and the black and white, I had no idea about the two differences, you know. I just really quickly want to say hi to Kyle Morgan. He just made it to the stream, so welcome.
Welcome.
That is amazing, bro. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew about like that you capture the soul, but I didn't know that the color and black and white, the meanings of it. So you're saying the black and white is the capturing of the soul. And
that's correct. Yeah.
And what is the color one? Again, I forgot.
You actually, when you're taking photos of their clothes, the color around them, the beauty. But if you really want to take portrait shots, do it in black and white. Because then those photos will talk.
Right.
And
here we go. Here are some like close portraiture ones, so we can kind of like talk about here. So we have her, this is a good example of leading lines on the top part. So we have this lady. Oh, Miss Cass is taking off. Okay, take care, man. Thanks for the dirty.
Cheers, Miss Cass.
Bastard. Thanks for making it dirty, you son of a bitch.
That's fun. I'll get it back on his stream on Friday.
On Friday, yeah, definitely. So on the top we have this young lady, and she's sitting on the steps, but you can see there's many leading lines, which is like the photographer got it just perfectly, right? Because like the leading lines are leading to her face, you know. The lines on the stairs, the lines on the actual wooden banister of that bridge, or wherever she's sitting in a staircase, whatever. And then even the top, I see leading lines, you know.
Do you know it's a little secret of what us photographers, and you also do it, is before you take the shot, like that one, before you take the shot, do you know that photographers actually walk around and look for the background where they want to put their subject? I don't know, Frank, do you do that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's what he did there. He's like, okay, well, these steps going down maybe to a beach, this works. Place her there because he studied.
Yes.
He literally thought about that shot. It wasn't just like, oh, go stand there. You literally had to think.
That's awesome. And then you want to talk about the bottom one? What do you like about the bottom one?
Bottom one is it's basically still the same with the studio work. You see, with the guy, that's a nice shot. It's all in black and white. He's holding his neck, leaning down. If I say this guy's going to kick my ass, but I'm not going to say that part. But it all comes down to is it works. This is a Calvin Klein shot.
Right.
And the photographer who did this, he knew exactly what to shoot. Because you see, Frank, when I work during the weekday, okay, my day job, I work for a photography studio, model studio. So we take shots like this every single day. And all our clients have gone straight to modeling agencies through these shots.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Man, that is, wow. You know, the also thing that I note here too is the use of contrast between, like, the light is very white on the top, and then the bottom, the shadow work, you know, and the balance of it all, it like just works perfectly, you know. Very detailed. The shirt, you know, everything about it, you know. I don't think, like, if he was wearing like a color shirt and then it was turned into black and white, I don't think it would have worked the same. It would have had to be a black. He had to do a black.
Probably a black shirt.
Yeah, so it like
black shirt on a white backdrop.
Yeah, because if you had like a red shirt or a yellow shirt, I don't think it would translate very good on the. It almost looked gray, and he would actually like fade into the background, and then it wouldn't work. You know, it would like throw you off. You're like, no, this sucks. You know, like shoot, you know, do it again. So
you see, the trick is for anyone who actually want to go do. Let's say, guys here on the chat, if you guys want to do photographs at a studio, okay, you go for a family shoot. Remember two things. One, if you were in a light top, you need to go on a darker backdrop. If you were a darker top, you need to go on a light backdrop. You see, if you were in white and white is not going to work. You're just going to have a head and arms. That's it. And it works the same with all the colors.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take photographs, make sure your subject, whatever the subject's wearing, find a backdrop that works. A darker color, light backdrop. Light colors, dark backdrop.
Nice. That's good. That's really good information. Johnny Avant is asking, it's a product shot. The models are usually blown out to show the product. And then we got some new ones up here. So we got this another guy. He's sitting on a chair, and he's got the arm on the chair, and it's got the leg, which is a triangle, and then the arm, which is another triangle. And then the bottom one, we have this young lady, and she's like, I think it's the sand or the desert or something.
It's a beach.
It's a beach.
Like, a beach, maybe a lake or the ocean.
And I think the bottom one might be a little bit overexposed. It's just my opinion. I think that it could.
Yeah, it's a little bit, just a tad bit exposed.
I mean, it's not horrible, but you know, we can definitely see that. All right, let's do the one more, and then we're gonna wrap it up in about 10 minutes. But this has been awesome. So let's see. Let me get rid of this one. And it's just showing that this must be either the same model or a different model. No, a different model. Black and white. But the black and white really speaks to me here. You know. And the use of that particular road as a leading line, because you see the road is a leading line, and then whatever the structure is, the bridge or whatever, that's a leading line. And I love that background, that mountain or hill, whatever that is. Like, what would you say that? So that's obviously Aperture right there.
That's Aperture.
Will you say that's an f.2, or will you say that that's f5.6? It wouldn't be any higher, because if you went higher, then everything will be in focus. So this has got to be like a 3.5 maybe.
I'm thinking You see, I would say it's an f4.5 to 5.6.
Yeah.
Because what they've done is they've zoomed close to her, and they've worked on the lean lines, the rules of the aperture, and they've narrowed the road to make it like a bend, a curve. So it would be an f5.6, but you can get away with f3 on that.
And Evil Vitch is saying that she likes the bottom black and white one. Kimberly likes the bottom one, and then Johnny's saying the top one is a magenta color corrected, or it's bronzed, which is, he's probably right, you know.
On another term, it's also known as sepia.
Yeah, right. Yep. Do you use a lot of sepia or anything like that? Do you go into those realms, or?
I use sepia. I do when it's model shots. For when we do in the studio, we do sometimes we give that old school photography look. So we do shoots, and actually not shoot, but we do the post production with sepia. So you get that old, that nice copper frame.
That's awesome. Alrighty. So let's summarize and wrap this up, shall we? All right. Yeah. So we cover a lot of background here. It's amazing. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. I know it's a lot different, and sorry we couldn't keep up with the chat as much as I usually do, but we wanted to kind of get some information out to you guys. And Johnny Avanti, he's a wedding photographer. He's a all-around photographer, so he was able to help us out. Kimberly Creates for sharing all the links. Everybody for chiming in on the every way that they could, if they knew about it or if they didn't know about it. Miscast for all the dirty conversation. It's always. Wow, definitely amazing. And yeah, bro, thanks for sharing these slides and all the information. I think it was a great show.
No. Thank you for coming in, joining our class.
Yeah, definitely, man.
For July.
We're gonna have to put something together for next month. That we're winding down. Today is what? It's like the end. No, I think we still got 2 more days in July, or maybe 1 more day.
Oh yeah, that's my birthday coming up.
Oh, August 1st, right?
Yeah.
Damn. See, I remember that. I remembered. Oh, that's Sunday, I think.
No, that's my Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
So remember, Will's going to be live on Friday night. So I'm going to bug him, which is Saturday morning for me.
Oh, there we go. Oh, man. All right, brother. So,
and last thing before you go, I actually want to show the guys, there's a new product coming up off the channel. I think it's in August, September, or when this lockdown is kind of over and we can send things out, is I've got new Ricoh bags, string bags.
Look at that, guys. Ricoh bags. Yeah. See that?
And it's a bundle pack. This is the new stuff I'm going to be setting up, where guys can buy the bag and the t-shirt.
Dude, that is awesome.
It just came in. I just got to work out exactly how much it's going to cost, and then let you guys know.
Yeah, that is fantastic, brother. Man, that's exciting. So there you go, guys. He's got a bundle for you guys. You guys can be checking out. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. Johnny saying you can bronze up any color in Photoshop. That's true. And Philip Cochran just chimed in. Evovich she's taking off. As well as we're gonna say our goodbyes as well, man. So yeah, happy birthday to you, man, and we'll definitely be back.
Thanks, bro.
If you guys want to visit Ricky Cole, I'll put in his link in the description after this is all over. I'll put all his information down at the bottom, so you guys can go and click on that. Yeah, man, and thanks again for coming in, bro. You have a safe and awesome week ahead, and we'll plan out for the next time. And happy birthday to you, brother.
Thanks, dude. And if they're interested, like I said, if they're interested in buying some of the products, they can go to my Facebook page. You're on Facebook, Ricky Coes. The price list is there. Just send me a DM message, and we can follow from there if you guys are interested in any products.
Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys all take care. Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. And it's a very interesting talk. I learned a lot of things from you, Ricky, so thank you very much again. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. All right, brother.
Take care, guys.
Take care, everybody. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it, man.
Cheers.